If you've been on this channel before, you know that there's one thing I always love. Strategic, top-down, chance/dice games with management mechanics.
I was going to put him.
Oh wait, I avoid those ones like the plague. This is normally a game I would never go for. I wouldn't get past looking at the pictures on the Steam page. I've played a fair share of them and they're just not my thing. It's all subjective. I totally get why people really like this genre of game, but it's just not for me. I don't get any fun out of playing these kind of games. And as Reggie says,
if it's not fun, why bother?
but I got pinged for this game because of the channel, and that always warms my heart when a developer comes to me for something, and I thought it would be the honourable thing to give it a try. And I spoke to the developers a bit, and they are just lovely. They're so nice, and this is a project that very obviously has a lot of care and attention and love put into it. So this is the kind of stuff I want to see on front pages. This is the kind of thing I want to help promote. So let's hopefully do that. And also there's a demo available right now on Steam for you to all try. So there's nothing to lose here and potentially a really cool game to gain. Right, so in this 80s neon detective thriller crime investigator story, you play as Jim from the office, from the detective agency, from jail actually. The game kicks off with a cutscene about Jim's backstory, sort of him getting into some trouble, coming out of it, and establishing this world that you're about to jump into. Jim doesn't have a voice. It is very much you in the control of this character, and from what I've seen, I don't know too much about Jim's story yet. It's more of a story of the world rather than this personal inward-looking story. Is more of an outward-looking story, but from what I've seen so far, it's just a really interesting story. Now you get into the meat of the gameplay pretty quickly. It doesn't really waste a lot of time, and you're introduced to the gameplay mechanics. So the first thing you see is the caseloads, which is the bulk of the gameplay from what I've seen so far. It's the bulk of this demo anyway, and they're the recurring missions that you can keep doing again and again for as long as you want. Now these include different kind of scenarios, and you need to have agents who you assign to these missions, and then you partake in the missions once the agents have been assigned to it. These different agents have different skills, so there's 5 key skills for each agent. Let me think. There's perception, strength, reflexes, intelligence, and empathy. Fucking hell, I can't forget empathy. My last video was the Last of Us video. If I forgot empathy, I'd be shot. Now, caseloads are given to you by different case officers. The different case officers will give you different types of cases as it goes on, and it's a little bit of a gamble picking which agent has the right skills for the caseload that you're going to pick up, and unless you pick up the caseload first, in which case I didn't do that, so I can't comment. Shut up, I'm not very smart. But as time goes on, you start to understand these case officers more and what they're going to expect you to do. And there's a bit more leeway to sort of understand what you're going to need from them. It's not always the same. It's not always the exact same sort of skills that they're going to need. Different jobs require different things, and it is quite varying. But you get more of an idea as you start to understand these people and what they want from you. I don't think I've done a video like this before, just explaining the mechanics of a game. Am I doing well, Mom? She says I'm a handsome young man. Anyway, fuck, I'm just so used to trying to not waste seconds. I feel like I should be rushing on here a bit. So once you get assigned a caseload, you got to do all the cases in a set amount of time. It is a bit of time management in the game as well, which is normally quite a, oh shit, I'm going to panic and freak out kind of thing, but there is a pause option, and it's not to pause the game, although there is one of them too. You can pause time. The pause function allows you to sort of take a breath and think things through and think, okay, how am I going to tackle this? Am I going to do this mission first or this one? Or you can even assign your agents while the thing's paused, and then press play and just let it all play out. Normally in games like this, which is part of why it sort of puts me off them, is like in the tutorial kind of stage. Normally these kind of games, they just expect you to learn a whole character's backstory, plus 5 gameplay mechanics, plus the script of Grease, plus how to make the perfect omelette for your loved one in the space of 5 minutes, and I don't do that. What am I, Donald Glover?
I really can do anything.
But this one gives you bite-sized chunks and all the time you like to digest them. There may be a fair bit of reading at the beginning, but it's one step at a time and it doesn't kick you out the door. Now you can keep doing these caseloads for as long as you want, until your heart's content or until your mum picks you up, and max out your reputation with the different officers and get cool benefits with them. But there's also a storyline going through this game, keeping it from going stale, because although I didn't get to that point, I imagine after quite a while the caseloads could get a bit mundane, could get a bit boring doing the same thing over and over again. Thankfully, this game doesn't require you to do anything to progress. You can just keep doing caseloads for 100 hours if you want, but you can also get on with the story without doing any of the caseloads. You can just stop as soon as the story comes up. That's what we love, baby. Freedom of choice, baby. Was that a controversial topic joke? Are we doing those?
I'll allow it.
Pretty much as soon as you've got to grips with the gameplay loop of taking on and completing the caseloads and the variety of scenarios that can take place, you then get into the story. It kind of unlocks. It doesn't take its time, which consists of finding clues, talking to suspects or Colin, moving on to the next thing, and you know how detectives do. And things keep unraveling until the truth is revealed that,
It's not ready.
Rough Justice 86 isn't out until early 2023. It's not a million miles from completion, and the build that's available on Steam now is really smooth, and I didn't encounter any bugs or anything. But game dev takes its time. Alright, Dan, this isn't a Wikipedia page, Dan, this is a YouTube by Google video page. Do you want to hear why I like it? Because it's good, mate. I can't put a finger on exactly why I really like this game, but I think it's the mix of simple yet intuitive design, the cool, funky neon world, voice acting that doesn't make my eyes go straight into the back of my head and back again, or all of the above. But it is definitely all of the above. It's a fun little project. Fucking chair. It's a fun game, and it can definitely be addicting, even just from the demo, and this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. I'll definitely be coming back to it. It'll definitely be getting the classic 60-second review treatment, and I'll see what else I can do to cover it when it's out. If you like what you see from this game, please spread the word, because these lovely guys are looking to get a publisher to help with the razor-filled bramble hell of making a video game, and they can use your help. There's a link in the description. It'll take you to their website, including their socials. Take a look and share with the people you know. You might not think that'll help, but eventually one person telling another means 1,000 new people know about this game, and you can be a part of this really cool project, and then you can subscribe to me, and we can all cuddle. Anyway, please go check out the demo of this game available on Steam now, okay? Love you. Okay, hello. I just got out of the shower, and it's also like 6 weeks later, and I'm in a different room with a new setup. I'm sorry, okay? A lot of stuff's been happening, and I've just been really busy, so I sort of had to shelf this video for a little bit. Then I got Game Deck from Untold Tales, and I went through that first because that sort of had more of a strict timeline on getting stuff created for it. So this sort of had to be shelved for a bit. But yeah, I played this game sort of late June, and I've been playing it on and off since. Like it genuinely is really cool. But anyway, the stuff about the video I've already talked about the game. So I wanna massively thank the developer of the game for the patience and sort of pointing it out to me and having that chat. It was really nice. And I want to thank you lot for the biggest periods of time in the channel's history ever. I mean, when did I upload that video? At the beginning of June, and June was by literally like over 20 times the highest performing month the channel has ever had. I got something like 56 new subscribers that month. That's absolutely insane. I don't think I got 56 subscribers last year. It was amazing. So really appreciate that. I gather that it was because it was a video on like a sort of controversial and sought after, being searched topic. But I appreciate all the reactions on that and the support. I mean, it was crazy support. I I was getting notifications for the comments and everything, but I'm not really checking my likes and dislikes at the moment. And so I was looking at the comments, and it's largely quite controversial. A lot of people talking some pretty stupid shit and some pretty, you know, valid points, arguing and everything. And it was good. But it made it feel like, okay, I'm gonna look at this dislike section and it's gonna be massively outweighed. But no, it's something like 240 to 10. Is mad. I really appreciate the response on that. That was amazing, and because of that, it has spurred on me being much more interested in doing longer videos, such as this one, such as a few others that I've got lined up. Not on controversial topics and everything. I cannot be asked for drama. I can't be asked to battle people in comment sections all this time. I'll do it every once in a while as a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I can't. I work 40 hours a week, man. Well, more than 40 hours a week. I cannot be spending that time working in YouTube comment sections trying to argue with brick walls, you know. So yeah, there'll be other stuff coming. I've got a few videos actually written that are longer ones that I'm really excited about. I think I've got a script coming for a video that'll be fairly long, plus 10 minutes, and it'll be definitely the best script that I've ever written so far. So just stick around. I hope you stay for that. The Sea of Thieves compilation is still coming. I've added one clip to that in like a month and a half. Again, I've just been insanely busy and sorting other stuff out. I'm looking at streaming because quite a few people on the YouTube comment section and a few people on Twitter now have actually like brought up the prospect of streaming, and I am interested. And now that I've got this new setup, it's even more possible. But I want to build up more of a sort of audience first, that people would be interested in that, because I salute absolutely everyone who can stay for weeks and weeks on Twitch with like one viewer in a week's worth of streams. I really, really applaud you, because you're doing it absolutely right, but I just don't have the strength to do that. I couldn't really do that, and I'd be sat there in silence. I couldn't just be, myself as I am here on an empty stream. And so I'll definitely be looking at doing that, but once this channel sort of takes off a bit more, which I'm feeling better about than ever. I'm feeling like this actually really can go somewhere. I've just got to sort of balance things out, get some more time into the video stuff, get some more scripts written, get some more stuff, going with it. So yeah, please stick around, much appreciated. I promise the Sea of Thieves collection the Sea of Thieves compilation is coming. I had something else to say, but I've forgotten. Yeah, about the controversial videos. I know that they bring in the sort of views much more than the 60-second reviews are capable of doing, and views and subscriptions and all are obviously really important. It's important to have eyes on the channel, but I don't want to sort of sacrifice the stuff that I enjoy doing for that kind of thing. That even though I still enjoy doing it, it does sort of like, it pokes the flames a bit, and I'm not such a big fan of poking the flames. I can't remember where I heard this. I think it was on the Play, Watch, Listen podcast. It might have been Troy Baker talking about it. Actors that do a couple of projects for paying the bills and making money and everything, and then a couple of projects just for the passion, just for the love of the art of creating. And I'd probably sort of adopt a similar kind of workload as that. Maybe I could do one video to sort of bring in the views on a popular topic that I have less interest in, but it would still be something I'm interested in. I'm not going to be there talking about, I'm never going to be talking about stuff that I have no interest in at all, or can't bring anything to the table with. But then that can sort of subsidize and fund, not that I'm making any money out of this, but sort of fund creatively being able to do the other stuff that I like and the other projects that are going to be extended beyond 60-second reviews. I'm not closing or getting rid of 60-second reviews or something. I've already got a few more written, but I would like to do other stuff besides them, because I don't want to be a one-trick pony, and I've got more to give. So stick around for that. It's going to be an exciting, hopefully, rest of the year. I want to do some stuff on the really cool releases coming out, and some really cool games that I've recently played that I've sort of caught up on, that has taken me too long to get around to. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Please stick around. I really appreciate you sticking around this long. Take care, peace and love. Play the Outer Wilds. Look in the mirror and do that thing they do in the films,